just sat here with actor Ben Bass, and we are in the Real TV Films Social Media Lodge here at TIFF 2011. And Ben, you're on the show Rookie Blue,
Yes.
which is awesome. We've had some of your other colleagues, cast members in the lounge so far in the last couple days. And the thing I love about Rookie Blue, as a Canadian myself, is Canada's putting out their own original programming, and Toronto plays a character in this show, and it's a cop show that takes place in Toronto, and you're not hiding the fact that it's Toronto.
Yeah, it's funny too. You hear a lot of people are digging the show in Canada, obviously, and whenever I run into people on the street that are from here, they can't get enough of the fact that it's in Toronto. They're really proud of that. They love it, and you know, I mean, Toronto's a great city. It's an interesting city, diverse in terms of culturally and architecturally, and so we're showing it off, I think, to its best, and it's a fun city to shoot in. You know, it's really, there's lots of great neighborhoods, and we get to do a lot of location shooting, which is my favorite. You know, as opposed to being in the studio, which can get kind of like sterile, but. Yeah, it's great, and you know, I think we're raising the bar over the long term in terms of film and television production in Canada, but it's always been the way. You know, it's just been the past 20, 30 years. We've been doing better and better stuff, and I think, you know, I feel like we're doing cutting edge stuff in terms of television.
But it's nice that other countries are buying our programs.
Oh yeah,
like that's the coolest thing. It's not like you know, some show from the States is coming here and. This is made here, produced here, shot here, and other countries are it's getting exported, which is so cool.
Yeah, it's done really well around the world, and like we've got lots of fans in all sorts of countries, like Brazil, and it's crazy. But yeah, I'm really proud of it, and it's a good bunch of people too. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why it's so successful, is because it's a really good chemistry for everybody, the whole group.
Now, I have a question. Did you ever think that you wanted to play a cop? Was that one of the things as an actor where you're like, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a surgeon, and I want to be a cop? Like, was that on your list?
It's so funny. I was talking to a buddy of mine a while back, and he's like, living the dream, man, an ensemble cop show. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a dream come true. I think more than anything else, it's the character. You know, I never get tired of this character. He's interesting, he's diverse, he's mysterious.
Yeah.
The writers love to write for him. They love to think of, you know, good things for him to situations for him to get in and what he's going to do, but they don't. There's a lot that isn't revealed about him, so they've got this whole world to reveal, you know, yet, and so it doesn't get it just keeps getting more interesting, and it's probably one of the more interesting characters I've played for sure.
That's interesting. Now, I was going to ask you also, what's your so far most exciting thing you've gotten to do as the character, whether it's a physical stunt that you've had to do or maybe a storyline, but what's the one memory you have so far through shooting the show where you're like, oh my God, that was so awesome?
Well, I could tell the audience this because they've seen it by now. We did episode 212, mainly 213, season 2, so 213, the last episode of the second season. I would say was probably my favorite shooting episode because I had to do torture scenes where I was tied up in a chair, and we did waterboarding, and we actually did a lot of waterboarding that they decided it was too extreme. They didn't put in the show, like with the black cloth and everything. We did waterboarding where it was just my face and like, oh, I'm dripping on myself in the mouth.
Perrier.
And he didn't use Perrier, unfortunately, because the waterboarding would have been that much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But
waterboarding with Perrier and Evian.
Yeah, here, I'm going to use Perrier, and it's coming out my nose.
But that's crazy. Like,
it was a lot of fun, though. Yeah.
Wow, I can imagine it's even a little scary when because you imagine still as the actor, like you're putting yourself in these positions, even though it's not painful.
Well, I wanted him to do it. Like he didn't. The director David Wellington didn't know how I would feel about it, and a lot of people don't like being waterboarded for obvious reasons. And
I do, but that's fine.
You're the only one I've ever met. And so we tested it, and I could handle it. So he said, "Okay, let's do it." And it was just a good way to torture someone without pulling their fingernails out.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
you can do it visually, and it's not too extreme and kind of gory, as it were. So, but horrendous at the same time. So, and Callum Keith Rennie was, doing acting scenes with him was terrific. I hadn't worked with him before, so yeah, it was awesome.
Well, congrats. I mean, I wish you guys all the best, and I'm excited to see what happens next with the show, and I just think it's so great that this show is being made. So
yeah, thank you. We're really happy it's as successful as it is, and we're starting our 3rd season now, and we're off to a good start.
Well, thanks for chatting with us and giving us a bit of an inside scoop on your character and some of your favorite moments shooting Rookie Blue.
Thanks.
Samantha Goodset, you've been watching Real TV Films. We're here at the Social Media Lodge at TIFF 2011.